Food chains and food webs. In biology, food chains and food webs help us understand how energy and nutrients flow through an ecosystem. A food chain is a simple way to show how energy moves from one organism to another. It starts with a producer and ends with a top predator. Here's how it works. Producers. These are usually plants or algae that make their own food through photosynthesis. They are the starting point of any food chain because they convert sunlight into energy. Primary consumers. These are herbivores or plant eaters that get their energy by eating producers. For example, a rabbit eating grass. Secondary consumers. These are animals that eat primary consumers. They are often carnivores, meat eaters, like a fox that eats rabbits. Tertiary consumers. These are higher-level carnivores that eat secondary consumers. They might include animals like eagles that eat smaller predators. Top carnivores. Sometimes called apex predators, these are at the very top of the food chain. They have no natural predators and can be the tertiary consumers like lions in the savannah. A food web is a more complex and realistic representation of how energy and nutrients are transferred through an ecosystem. It shows all the interconnected food chains within an ecosystem. In a food web, producers still form the base, but there are many different food chains that overlap. Herbivores may eat different kinds of plants, and carnivores might eat multiple herbivores or other carnivores. Omnivores eat both plants and animals, fitting into multiple levels of the food web. The organisms in a food web are interdependent, meaning that changes to one organism can affect many others. For example, if a certain plant species decreases, the herbivores that feed on it might also decrease, which in turn affects the predators that rely on those herbivores. Poisons and other harmful substances can build up in organisms as they move up the food chain. This process is called bioaccumulation. For example, if a chemical is absorbed by plants and then eaten by herbivores, the chemical moves up to carnivores that eat those herbivores. As each level of the food chain accumulates more of the toxin, it can become harmful to top predators, including humans. In summary, food chains and food webs illustrate how energy and nutrients flow through an ecosystem. Food chains show a linear path from producers to top consumers, while food webs depict a network of interconnected food chains. Understanding these concepts helps us see how changes in one part of an ecosystem can affect the entire system, and highlights the importance of each organism in maintaining ecological balance.